So welcome. I'm Kelly Arnold, Windsor Town Manager. Thank you for coming to Windsor, Colorado today. If you haven't been here, I wonder why. We hope that you come many, many more times. This is a great community that is here today to make an exciting announcement. So first, I want to make sure that we understand what we're going to see and do today. The team will come out here in a minute, and they will be making a formal presentation for about 20 minutes. And then there's going to be an opportunity to do photos and such afterwards. And then there will be a breakout sessions for interviews if you are so inclined, mostly to media. We are very excited to make this announcement today of the Rocky Mountain Sports Park. And so with that, I want to turn it over to Mayor Melendez, who will come out and do introductions of the team. So, Mayor.
Thank you all for coming today. We appreciate you taking the time to come to visit Windsor, Colorado, and to hear our exciting news that you're soon going to hear. At this time, I would like to introduce the team for Rocky Mountain Sports Park. First, we have Greg Bilodeau, the facilities manager. Oh, I'm sorry. We have Mike Bilodeau, president and director of operations. Ryan Spilborg, vice president and baseball liaison. Sean Logan, director of marketing, and Greg Bilodeau, facilities manager. I'd also like to thank in attendance all of the elected officials that are with us today. We have with us all of our Weld County commissioners. We have County Commissioner Sean Conway, Mike Freeman, Steve Moreno, Julie Kozad, and Barbara Kirkmeyer. And I'd like to thank my fellow town board members that are present with us today as well. I have Ken Bennett, Paul Rennemeyer, and Ivan Adams. On behalf of the town of Windsor, I would like to take this opportunity to extend our support and excitement for Rocky Mountain Sports Park. I believe the town of Windsor offers an incredible value proposition for a project of this magnitude. And while we certainly have a hometown feel, we maintain a sophisticated operational structure. The town of Windsor offers a wholesome, family-friendly environment and was even determined to be the safest city in Colorado in 2016. We support the Rocky Mountain Sports Project and are ecstatic to have chosen, and ecstatic that they have chosen to locate their facility in northern portion of Windsor. We believe this location in Weld County will be ideal for the structure and the amenities that they are sure to attract. The town will work diligently on this project and will focus and work with outside agencies as necessary as well. Our municipal code allows us to fast-track commercial and industrial projects, and this project will be on that track. We understand the incredible opportunity and financial impact and development that project like this brings to success. We would like to thank the Rocky Mountain Sports Park and their supporters for choosing Windsor as their home team for an incredible project like this. Thank you. Thank you. And now at this time, I'd like to turn the presentation over to their Director of Marketing, Sean Logan.
Thank you very much, Mayor. We are excited to be here this morning. We are so grateful for the town's excitement getting behind this project, and we wouldn't be here without them, so thank you very much. We appreciate that. Also, I want to thank this morning, Norris Design. I want to thank Sink Combs and Sahara. They are all present, and we appreciate their support. The beautiful renderings that you see here are done by Norris Design, and we are grateful for their help. So thank you. And I would be remiss to give a huge thanks for the opportunity that I have to speak to you guys from Mike Bilodeau, who is the founder of this amazing project. And he has been doing this for 5 years. This is a 5-year-long project with hurdles and successes. And then Ryan Spielbergs has been on board for 2 years, and so thank you guys. I appreciate the chance to do this. Our mission is the Rocky Mountain Sports Park will be a universal site that provides every athlete the opportunity to learn and play baseball and softball while gaining a broader perspective of themselves and their world. We will contribute to growing the game of baseball by offering every individual a chance to experience baseball's fun, energy, sportsmanship on the field, and take it back home with them. This project gets me excited. I'm just going to tell you, okay? As you can see up here, this project is a state-of-the-art sports park with 620 acres of total for the whole project. It is going to be filled with beautiful baseball and softball tournament fields. It will also be a house to a major feature stadium, and we are so excited to share this with you. We'll have restaurants, retail shops for the athletes, for the families that come into town, and also for our wonderful community and surrounding areas. 65 fields, and as you can see, the 65 fields will be broken into a 10,000 person capacity feature stadium. We have, and this is really true to my heart, a miracle field, which we'll get into in a little bit. We'll have 5 high school collegiate fields. We'll have 10 youth fields. We'll have 4 t-ball fields, 16 tournament baseball fields, 16 tournament softball, and 12 multi-use fields that will be soccer, lacrosse, and football, all on those fields to be able to be utilized in this area. The multi-use and the t-ball and a few others will be directly linked to the wonderful community here in Windsor for our youth that are in need of a place to play. I know I have 3 boys, and those 3 boys have found themselves on waiting lists every year due to the amount of kids that are wanting to play baseball in this community. And we have found ourselves playing on barely mowed grass at a park, and we are in need of great fields in this community, and this project will bring that to this area. So we're grateful for that. America's game, the strength of tradition. Baseball is steep with traditions, like the ceremonial first pitch, the 7th inning stretch, even throwing a handful of seeds in your mouth and going out there in left field. We are super excited about what this brings to the children, to the youth, to the older youth, to be able to learn teamwork and be able to grow the game, grow their passion, and also be able to work as a team and take that back home with them. We're super proud and excited for what these many fields and the amount of kids that will come into this community to really showcase their skills. And this is internationally. This is not just a Colorado-based tournament program. This is internationally. We will bring kids from Japan, Dominican Republic. We'll bring them from all across the United States to come here and enjoy this beautiful northern Colorado area. And we're excited about that. RMSP will be a dynamic facility and bring life-changing experiences. Friends will be made, core values will be instilled, and good sportsmanship will be the utmost importance. Ryan was talking this morning, and we are truly wanting to build a place where you come and you grow. You don't just come and you play baseball. You come and you learn. You come and you learn how to be healthier. You learn how to be a better teammate. You learn how to use better sportsmanship. And what we're here to do is give that to a lot of kids. And it's not just the most wealthy kids. It's not the kids who can buy their way into wherever. It's not the kids who have the best uniforms. It's every kid gets a chance to play here. And we are super proud of that and that mission. We're going to enable diverse groups to interact around the game. We have a rec center. We'll be playing ping pong, watching a movie. These kids, while they're not playing on the field, they're going to be looking to do other things with other teams that are not from their region. And we are excited about that. The friendships that will be made here at this facility will be lifelong friendships. And we can't wait to be a part of that for sure. Why Colorado? It's what everybody keeps asking. Why Colorado? This slide will show you where the center point of population is moving towards Colorado. And over the past so many years, we are now getting closer to the middle of the United States being the central location. So why not Colorado? Colorado is a beautiful state, and we're going to show you why we brought this project to Colorado. We have an international airport, which is a hub to bring in every team that will want to come play at this state-of-the-art facility. And they're only an hour away from a beautiful airport that's continually growing. And we are excited to be that path. We also have two huge freeways that run east and west that will come directly to our facility. And so whether you're road tripping or you're going to fly in internationally, we can house it, and our airport will be able to withstand that. So, I love this. I love this slide. This slide shows to me what a family, what a team can do after they're done playing. These kids will play 8, 9, 10 games a week, but there's a lot of downtime. And there's chance for them to go out and spend those dollars in our communities. And we are grateful that we have a beautiful Rocky Mountain National Park. We have the Red Rocks Theater. We have the Colorado Rockies. And we are grateful for what Colorado brings to us. It's a stunning background here. You couldn't pick a better place to bring this sports park than Colorado. So here's the second most popular question. Why Windsor? And I say, why not? I'm from Windsor, originally from Las Vegas. I've lived here 11 years, and I absolutely love it. I know Mike is from Windsor, and we are so grateful, first off, for just the love that we have had from this community. We're grateful for the big ideas that come from this community. This is a small town with big flair. I find everything that Windsor does is done on a grand scale, but you can still see your neighbors in a grocery store. You can still see and be able to shop at a mom and pop right down Main Street, and I find that just phenomenal. We're close to the Rocky Mountains. I mean, we're 45 minutes from one of the beautiful national parks around, and we have done our homework and to find out that we are the world's largest sports park by roughly about 8 or 10 fields. We are the largest baseball tournament facility, and we have the largest largest acreage out of any sports park that there is nationally and internationally. You'll see on the slide here, we have a feature stadium coming in. That feature stadium will have 10,000 seats, roughly 7,500 in the ballpark, and then we'll be able to fit 2,500 seats out on the berm, just going old style, sitting on the grass and enjoying baseball. We will have a stadium district, and that stadium district will include restaurants. It'll include shopping. It will be done in a very Boston-esque brick look, and will be phenomenal. And the renderings that are up here will kind of show you where we're going with it. We'll have in that, and then we'll have the training facilities. The training. Oh, let me get back real quick. We'll go into it. With the training facilities will be specific in this meeting rooms that'll seat 400 to 500 people for our team meetings with coaches before our week-long tournaments. We'll have umpire meetings that will be held there, and then we'll be able to also rent that out to the community and be able to have different events held at that location. That will be included in this stadium courts and elevated which will, and I'll let you know when that's coming about. That's our first phase of this project. We also have a midway, and the midway is, I played baseball for many years. The midway's fun. The midway is going to be from the stadium district to the dorms, and you can see the dorms up on the far right, the athletes campus, and that's going to be filled with food, vendors that are going to come in that are going to be specifically targeted to baseball and softball. It is going to have your favorite TV or your TV areas that you can check out who's winning a ball game and who's losing a ball game and who you're playing next. And that's going to be a hub of how you get around the park. The athletes campus will have dorms that will house the athletes as they come in for a week-long tournament, and they'll be a fourplex setup to where they'll have bathrooms that are in these facilities. They'll have bunk beds. They'll be able to fit 14 kids and coaches, and those dorms will be accessible. Also, we have a rec center, including a movie area, ping pong, shuffleboard, and all that kind of stuff. Once you get into a tournament and you're here and you're playing, it's great. But when you're not, we need to give these kids something that they can build from, and that they can meet other kids, and they can meet other people from across the world. And we are excited for this area that will house this path to bringing in more friendships with these youth. And then the multi-use fields, you'll see that on the far right. That is, we will be working directly with the town of Windsor and the rec center to be able to set up a plan to where there's children in this area that will benefit from these phenomenal fields. And there's going to be so many fields now that it will help grow the game of baseball and also the game of soccer, football, and lacrosse. And each one of those sports are growing. So we're very excited. These fields will be done with a field turf, and that field turf will be easily maintained, and also it will deal great with the Colorado winters that we'll have, and trying to get back on schedule for March and April. And especially if we have a crazy year like we did this year without a lot of snow, we'll be able to start playing early and be able to utilize those fields. So here's our world-class details. We are a national and international park for baseball and softball. We have 65 fields, and we are going to be a play and stay with the amazing retail and restaurants that we will bring aboard. Probably starting as soon as we get done here, the phones will be ringing, and we're excited for that for that retail to come aboard. We're excited to bring that to the area. We'll have a full capacity of 96 baseball teams that can come every week. And we'll have also 96 softball teams that will come every week. And those teams, we are set up to be able to house both of those softball and baseball on the same week and in the same facility, and be able to have tournaments all week. We're looking at roughly a little less than 2,700 to almost 3,300 weekly participants. And then, like I said, the Miracle Field, I have a son who is unable to play baseball. So having a Miracle Field for a program, and he's not physically, well, he's physically challenged. But to have a program that is set for the physically challenged athletes that want to play is just heartwarming. When Mike told me about that maybe don't probably find myself there a lot of the times. Small town location near a large international airport. I can't say it any better. This facility, this city, we have a small town feel, but they do everything big. We have a beautiful DIA. I-25 is growing, and so here is the money shot. This is a this is our stadium bar and grill. We'll have retail space in here. We'll have you can shop for your favorite sports memorabilia in this area. You'll be able to hang out, take selfies, put them up on Facebook. Everything you can possibly do, and then be able to watch a featured game in this stadium is going to be unreal. I wish as playing baseball, I bet Spilly would be the same way. If we had a place to play, now he's played on a lot bigger stage than I have, but I would have given everything to be able to play at a phenomenal facility like this, and I would have wrote home about it, and I would have come back every year. So we are very excited for this piece, and this will be our phase one, looking to open the fall of 2018 for this stadium district. So as I wrap up this, I want to go through an athlete's week, and I want to kind of give you some excitement about what these kids are going to do. They're going to drive in, they're going to fly in, they're going to maybe even come from Fort Collins. Rec center, be able to watch a movie. They'll be able to use those electronic wristbands to get them wherever they need to go in that park. We'll have a kickoff ceremony on that Sunday, and one of my most favorite pieces is this was not a part when I was a kid playing. Each team will provide us with one kid that will be part of a home run derby and a skills competition that we will have at one of the stadiums that Sunday night. And then the athletes can check out the dining hall, the recreational center, and of course, what's baseball without trading of some team pins? And they'll be able to do that on that Sunday as they check in. Monday through Thursday, in the district, they'll watch a featured game. They will go and discover Colorado, which is exciting. It's exciting for the shops, the retail around this area, the national park that will have that economic impact from these wonderful teams and wonderful families coming in. They'll be able to use the training facilities, healthy lifestyle. Like I said before, this is not just a sportsmanship, how to live healthy. Other just parks out there, and we're excited about that. Thursday afternoon through Friday, we'll continue with tournament play. We'll have off-site adventures and on-site playoffs that teams will be able to be a part of. And then we'll have some optional play-in games for baseball teams that maybe got kicked out the first couple days of the tournament and weren't able to move on. We'll have some optional games that they can jump in, and teams will be able to continually play while they're there for the week. We'll have our awards ceremony, and then Saturday we move into trading of final pins, grabbing a souvenir from the many sports related retail spots that we'll have in the facility. And of course, staying in touch with those many friends that they made over the week. And really, this piece is built off of building friends. If you can come to an event like this and you can leave with lifelong friends, then the guys here and the people of Rocky Mountain Sports Park, we've done our job. We have done our job, and that's what our main thing is, for these kids to just have an unreal experience, be able to learn and to grow from the game. And so at this time, I will turn the time over to Stacy Johnson, and she'll cover the positive economic impact for the Windsor. So thank you.
On this project 2 years ago. Personally, I've been in economic development for 18 years, and I have to say this is probably the dream of every single economic developer I know, because these projects don't come along every day. You can look at the stats that are up on the board. The whole park is 620 acres. There will be over $225 million. That's just the initial investment. That's the core part of the park that we're talking about. That in the first site retail. It doesn't include developing the 200 acres outside of that. That includes all the dormitories, that includes the offices, that includes the stadium, or not the stadium rather, the field house, those 730,000 square feet of space. That's a lot of space up there. So we're excited about that. The actual park itself is about 413 acres, which then the exciting part for an economic developer like my acres to develop medical office, expansions, sports training facilities. There is no end. This park is the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more that can come out of after what you're seeing today. This is just the beginning. 80,000 room nights will come. This is a unique opportunity most people don't understand, for their children to come out for 1 week a year and come out and experience this. So with that brings mom, dad, other family members that come out here and stay. And then that in turn is what's going to generate about 80,000 hotel room nights from May to September. So we will need hotels in this area as well. We have over about 100,000 visitors to the park itself every year. So as you can see, when you look at those stats, you can understand why Windsor's excited, why Weld County is excited, and why really the whole state of Colorado should be excited, because this is going to put us on the map for youth sports. Thank you.
If you want to come up and state your name, and if you have any questions for any of us here on the panel, even the mayor, we're all yours if we can answer. So.
Can you address the funding issues? Is this all private funding?
It is all private funding, yes. Yeah, and we're not at this time going to release that, but it is private funding, and we are working through that now.
Have you guys made plans like with USSSA, CAVA, like GSA, and all these other organizations to possibly bring their national tournaments to Colorado?
Great question. We have not, only for the fact that it's been pretty hush-hush for the last little while. So but that will be the first things that we do. Yeah, those are all great organizations that we would love to partner with in some way and be able to utilize the fields for sure.
Do you have any concern
be,
Okay. No, I think, you know, the MPO recently has an improved road structure project, so that is on its way for improvement along the I-25 corridor. So I think that that is good timing as well, because that improvement will lend itself very nicely to this project.
It sounds like that a number, one if not all of you out there have had experiences with Cooperstown. So, I mean, is that kind of your mission here, is to try to do something like that? Or, you know, we're having additional
talk to that?
Tournament with the week long. So yeah, you could say that it is similar to that. We're hoping to go beyond what they do with the type of training amenities and everything that will be here at the players' disposal. Ryan has been a good portion of what he'd like to bring into some of those programs, so we'd like to just go beyond what they're currently doing at other locations.
I mean, you talk about like a week-long tournament, and that's generally like the Cooperstown or college World Series. You're gonna have other small, your plans to host other smaller tournaments.
Yeah, and the park will actually will have its own sponsored competitive teams, both in baseball and softball to start. And we had talked about other sports where the park would sponsor those teams as well, but baseball and softball is the core. So yeah, during the early spring months when the competitive season starts, we would have the ability to host. But one
Because the way you guys describe the town of Windsor right now, it sounds like a nice hometown for families. Are you worried are there any worries at this point that this could really change how the town runs, the overcrowding, too many people coming in, and kind of going off the infrastructure, you know, kind of running down the roads like a weird?
I think having this this park on the Harmony and 257 location will keep the traffic, other than people that are coming to the wonderful retail and restaurants that are here in Windsor. I don't see that will be too big, but it will add some new bodies for sure. You know, I mean, we're gonna have an influx that's for sure.
Is it your hope and goal that a minor league team would occupy the larger park?
You know, currently there are other minor league teams that are already in progress. So, would it be ideal? Of course, but is it as of right now available to us? No.
I know.
Yes, sir.
I know Stacy mentioned bringing in hotels for is that going to be included in phase one? Because I know we talked about going with teams and everything. What about the families coming in?
Well, I mean, we're really at the infancy structure of the whole thing. So, saying whether the hotel, we don't, and we haven't reached out to anybody, you know, but if closer to the Harmony side of things, and so, but that is still up in the air for sure. Yes, sir. Did you have a question?
Sean and Mike, I know that I'm on the town board. I'm also glad that I wore the right team colors.
Yes, you did. Love it.
But anyway, for years, probably about 8 or 9 years, I've heard people in the community talk to these kids, baseball fields, and it's been over and over and over. You earlier in your presentation say lacrosse, soccer has been included in this plan. Am I right in that?
yes.
You are correct. Yeah. So, and like Mike had pointed to, we have from Memorial to Labor Day will be our tournament area. There are a lot of other fields that we'll have that are not associated with that tournament that we will utilize for the recreational and competitive sports, whether it be soccer or football, to utilize these fields and be able to get those kids off playing at a park that's been mowed down a little bit less than the already overgrown grass, and be able to play on great fields, for sure.
And I would just say that welcome to Windsor.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank We
Excellent.
need you, and we're happy to have you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Brian, I wonder if you could talk about your involvement. Are you an investor? You gonna be involved in the day-to-day operations? Are you a staff member?
You know, this has been a labor of love between Mike and I for 2 years, and my role in this has always been trying to connect the dots, get all the proper people in order. And the original concept for this was always to give kids that have been inexperienced, right? Disneyland is great. Little League World Series is phenomenal. But it's only for certain people, not for Disneyland. Anyone can go to Disneyland. And so that's what I wanted to create. That's what I wanted to help Mike create, is give every single person an opportunity to have a once-in-a-lifetime chance to explore whatever. More, make sure I hit communities that. So I made sure that my connections with this park are broader than what we've been able to describe to you right now. So there are people behind the scenes that are part of this ballpark that I cannot disclose yet. And once I'm able to, you'll see the scope of this thing. And you'll see why my position in here is so important. Because I think at the end of the day, what makes this community so unique is that, yeah, it is a small town. But when we're drawing upon different communities from, in my mind's eye, I see kids from New York, kids from Compton, kids from Arizona, kids from Japan, all here together, because baseball doesn't see color, doesn't see demographics, it just sees, can you play the game? And whether you're good or not, it doesn't really matter as long as you can compete. And yesterday, it's actually kind of funny that we're actually talking about this. Theo Epstein, in a commencement speech with Yale, talks about the Chicago Cubs. He talks about putting talent together. And out of all the talent that he put together, it had nothing to do with metrics, it had nothing to do with stats. It had to do with being a good teammate. And I think that's what this thing is going to create. It'll create good teammates, because we're trying to educate the kids that come there. We're trying to educate the parents that show up. We want people to understand that, especially with baseball, softball, it takes a community to make a baseball player. It's not like basketball, it's not like other sports where you can go by yourself. Baseball is unique, it takes a village. And so this is the village we created. And I think when you see how this thing is gonna play out, and my role will become more defined over time, you'll understand why I'm here.
Is there a schedule for groundbreaking and then completion?
Not currently, but we'll be looking at it probably within, we'll have information within the next month or so. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Saying this is all private funded, does that mean we won't be seeking incentives from the town?
Oh, we will still seek incentives from the town. Don't, that's on record. What's that?
Can you elaborate on that?
I can let the town elaborate a little bit if they would like.
Actually, I'll just use this microphone, you can probably hear me. We have been in early discussions of standard incentives for this. It'll be a full discussion with the full town board sometime in the next 30 to 60 days. So we have standard incentive agreement that we have out online that anybody is qualified for. So it's no secret about what they could qualify for. And so we will look to do some sort of incentive. All of our incentives are, if you build it first, then you kind of get the money. So it's not an upfront cash investment. It's a partnership that includes them building and us helping to waive fees or make it possible for them to go. The mayor alluded also earlier that we do fast track our commercial projects. That is something that we tout in Windsor because we run smoother than most municipalities, and we also recognize the importance of speed to market. So, and our fees are actually a lot lower, I think, than some other communities. So there'll be a lot of nice things from that side of the development.
Yes, sir.
Sean, you're from Nevada, so I'm gonna guess you're a gambler?
I'm not. You learn very early not to be a gambler if you're from Vegas.
Is this a gamble?
What's that?
Is this a gamble?
Not at all. This is something we need in the community. Kids need it, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Can you make it on a non-year
Yeah.
These type of camps, you know, winter, what are you gonna do in wintertime?
Well, that's why we have such great facilities indoor. So we'll still be able to, like I said, our number one piece is the tournaments that we'll do. But it doesn't, it won't hurt for us to do a lot in the fall and a lot in the early spring, given the weather works. And that's where the AstroTurf or the field turf will come in the best. And then we'll have state-of-the-art indoor facilities that will run a lot of you know, different instructional things through there. We'll run a lot of clinics. We have a lot planned for that.
But there's no full-size indoor, you know, baseball or softball field.
We'll have 2 full-size infields with netting so basically you could play a game, but anything that would be potentially hit to an outfield is caught by netting. So you can have full practices and that kind of stuff in training, but as far as playing a game indoors, not for baseball, only the multi-purpose field in the field house will be a full-size field.
So let's take about 2 more questions if there are
Back in the
available.
back.
With Vegas mentioned again, that's one of double-digit locations of big league greens, ballparks, which are really sports bars with ball fields around them. I mean, they're great, fantastic, they're the replicas, polo grounds, Fenway, et cetera. But their driver is food, beverage, beer in particular. What's the balance, what's the mix for you? Are you running sports bars inside the parks?
Well, we are looking to have, you know, some bar and grill sports, you know, sports bars in the park, and but we haven't gone any farther than that to know what we'll do and how that'll play out.
They use a gate fee model. It's yours more like Cooperstown with player participation fee covers everything.
Right.
Yeah.
The youth athlete is our primary goal. Everything else is secondary. If we sell pop, if we sell beer, our primary incentive is catering to the youth athlete.
Okay, one more.
Do you have any, what's your closest competition?
I don't really think anybody's competition, but I think Cooperstown would probably be the most direct, given the business models of both. That's probably our closest. Our facilities will be second to none compared to that, but they have you know, they have a little bit different in the baseball theme of things. But I think that's probably it, you know, on a week-long piece. There's some other tournament companies out there for sure, but they're more on a 1 or 2, 3 day kind of feel.
So before I let Sean wrap it up, I do want to make sure that you know there are press kits available. They'll be in the back with a drop box of photos, logos, and contact information to everybody. This team is going to stick around for a few minutes afterwards in various places, either up here or there's a room in back that they'll go to, so that if you want to do more of a group or one-on-one interviews, those will be available. Again, on behalf of the town of Windsor, I want to thank you all for attending and coming today. It's an exciting proposition, and we're looking forward to this. And so with that, Sean, do you want to wrap it up?
Well, I work off of food, so in the back there is delicious cookies back there. I didn't make them, but they are supposed to be delicious. So thank you all for coming. We appreciate it. We appreciate the press coming, and we appreciate friends and family that have been here. We are ecstatic about the project. Every one of us are ready to hit the ground running, and we're getting ready to head into meetings this afternoon to really make this the best park in the world. So thank you for coming. Appreciate it.